Alright, so I've recently watched an anime called Shadow's House. It's a good recommendation. A story about a noble family of shadows, mysterious beings made of soot. Strange powers, disturbing stuff regarding nobles and, let's say, 18th century fictional world. Mystery connecting it all. There's plenty to like. Engine is a little bit weak, but it doesn't ruin things. That is Season 1. Season 2 is different. Ramping it up to 11 and pruning everything I disliked. It's actually pretty damn great. I'm gonna talk about Season 1 here though. First. So what did I enjoy? The mystery. What are the shadows? Why do we need faces? What's with the constant cleaning? Why are the faces sleeping in such places? What's in the rest of the mansion? Where is everyone else? Is the entire world just a mansion? What is outside of it? Could probably come up with more questions. Point is, there are plenty of questions, and as the time goes on, plenty of answers. Thing is, though, at one point there's a pretty big exposition dump. Moment halfway through, sure, but man, that sort of thing ought to not be revealed like that. It was subtle before that, the thing is teased here and there, but it's like the brakes were taken off and it's one reveal after the next. Still, there were plenty of other things to figure out. The atmosphere. I guess a cop-out answer, but I can't think of now a way to put it. I asked, is entire world the mansion? Because really, it seems like seems like that for the longest time. Hell, it seems like the Kate's room is pretty much the entire world for the first episode. What is out there? Trapped inside at all times, but don't fret, don't concern yourself with the little things. Obey the rules. Man, is it oppressive. Exactly the kind of thing you'd expect of this. Frequently you had stories like Prince and the Pauper saying that the upper class won't even know what the bottom tier suffers at all. They are trapped in their ways of life, unaware of the surrounding world. Which is exactly what is shown here in such a great way. I legitimately questioned what is exactly out there aside from the mansion. I would be curious about the rest of the world, what the rest of the world is like. Definitely a great point. Okay, now a point is character development. The thing which a lot of anime seems to suffer from is that the characters seem to pretty much stay the same throughout the entire thing. So they start being hardworking busybodies and end up as hardworking busybodies. They start as meek faceless schoolboys and end up with a harem while still being meek faceless schoolboys. Here, in the main duo, Emilico starts as an overly apologetic maid, which frequently drops stuff, blames herself for everything and frets over every little thing. Kate, her shadow counterpart, is quiet, cold, distant, and not really trusting people easily. By the end, Emilico garnered support of both shadows and dolls. She gets stuff done, tries her hardest, doesn't give up. It is a world of difference. Kate, meanwhile, also gets everyone on her side, also tries her hardest, doesn't give up. You might say an answer to one of the mysteries with this. So the point is, what they change over time, they develop. Some series, One Piece, could have 20, 50, 100 episodes and barely changed a thing. Here, it took maybe 5 to have a stark contrast. Great stuff. Now, the complaints would be the speed. The speed of it all might not be up to snuff at the beginning at least. It tries to be slow and subtle with not a whole lot of happening. Then it speeds up, and at the end, the last 2 episodes seem to zoom by like in seconds. I just felt like the pacing was a little off. A few more episodes to keep it all consistent would have made it way better. That's the problem with how the industry works. Another thing would be the ending, as I have already mentioned. Without spoiling it, just seems rushed and too easy. Oh no, big trouble, and it's over. Back to normal right away. Clear setup for a second season. Hopefully there will be one, but I'm not on the board of directors who decides this stuff. The last, I guess, would be the character of Edward. His behavior, his actions, his plans are all just dumb. I think having some degree of stupidity is fine. They're all trapped in one house for their entire lives, taught to be obedient and not really think much. Can't expect Machiavelli over here. But hell, I'll just say it. It felt like children's movie. You know, like a one where the adults are all incompetent and cruel for no reason other than to cause trouble for the kids. He is that. 100% that. Also, his eyes creep the hell out of me. Probably that's the point. Either way, screw that guy. So that's by no means flawless. I wouldn't say it's great that it would be remembered for years to come. I wouldn't say it's so great that it would be remembered for years to come, but I enjoyed it. Don't regret the time I spent watching it, and I'm looking forward to the hopefully second season. If it is to come, there's plenty more to tell. If not, sadly, I don't think it will be really remembered. It does give a nice atmosphere, which reminded me first and foremost of Black Butler, Kuroshitsuji. So it would be an instant recommendation if someone is looking for that kind of feel. But again, doubt it would stand the test of time. Now, with all that said, Season 2 improves everything. For one, the mystery is way better. It builds up on things set up in the first season and elaborates on everything. It adds up more background to every single character and gives more gravity to everything. There are also parallels between the main character and the older cast from the children's wing, all the while still having them be different. Edward is barely in this as well. He barely appears, but he appears intelligent and capable. Very much unlike the first season. He is an actual foe, but he has enemies as well. As it turns out, the entire children's wing, as in the Starbearers, dislike him immensely. So much so that there is a bit of backstabbing politics happening, all within the rules. I absolutely adore that. Oh man, but that's not all. The pacing is faster. The things which are obvious don't get stretched out too much. The struggles aren't instantly over or going by too slowly. And still, there's a lot of thinking, planning, plotting. If Season 1 was about Emilico, then Season 2 is about Kate. And boy, she's so much more interesting. I cannot overstate how much I love this. I had to force myself to stop, so I won't binge it in a day and forget it a few seconds later. I can only imagine it's getting better from here. Hopefully Season 3 is coming, because, oh boy, it truly deserves it. Also, minor thing. Barbie is bloody adorable in the flashbacks. And then we transition into this permanent scowl. I just wanted to give her a big hug. I can't remember the last time I thought so little of a character only to have her become so likable. Watch Season 2, people. Seriously, it's glorious. Truly goddamn glorious.